What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here. Happy Easter to everybody. Hope you guys all have a great day. But in this video, we're going to be talking about the new defensive line coach hire for Michigan, Lou Esposito, why it was a steal of a hire for Michigan. Plus, Colston Loveland talks about another Michigan tight end who could have a breakout year. We also got some spring football intel, how the offense and defense is doing so far, which players are standing out. We also got some recruiting news as well as Michigan continues to host top recruits. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. First thing I wanted to talk about is Michigan hiring their new defensive line coach out of Lou Esposito, as the Michigan football program and Sharon Moore announced Friday evening of the hire. Sharon Moore said in a statement, "I am excited to welcome Lou to our Michigan football family and look forward to having his leadership and experience directing our defensive linemen. Lou is a great defensive mind that has developed outstanding players and produced top units at the line of scrimmage throughout his coaching career, and he will be a great asset and mentor for the young men in our program." Now, we talked about Esposito as a top candidate for the job in one of our previous videos, along with Illinois' Terrence Jamison, but Esposito is a huge pickup for Sharon Moore. He kind of got put in not a great position after what happened with the whole Greg Scruggs situation, and he had to find a defensive line coach quick, and he had to find a good one, and that's exactly what he went and did. Now, Esposito is coming from Memphis, as Memphis actually really just hired him this offseason, but he has spent the prior 14 seasons in the state of Michigan coaching college football, as he served as the defensive coordinator and defensive line coach at Western Michigan for 7 seasons from 2017 to 2023. He did first coach there in 2010 to 2012 before coming back. He was also the first head coach at Davenport University, and he was also the defensive coordinator at Ferris State in 2013 before taking the Davenport job. So he has a ton of experience as a defensive coach, especially as a defensive coordinator and defensive line coach, so that is some good news there for Michigan. But not only that, he can really develop and produce some great defensive linemen. He's already done it at Western Michigan. He helped players achieve 32 All-MAC honors, including 7 first-team accolades and 12 second-team honors. So he should be a good coach that can produce and develop players. But not only that, he is also seen as a good recruiter, a personable guy with a great personality, and recruits seem to love him. So again, really good pickup for Sharon Moore. He was put in a really sticky situation, but he made a great hire in hiring Lou Esposito and pulling him away from his alma mater, which was Memphis. But the next thing I do want to talk about is some spring football intel for Michigan. One guy in particular that has been catching some eyes and making some noise is Michigan tight end Marlon Klein. He is a junior coming up this season, and well behind AJ Barner and Colston Loveland this past season. He has made some big strides. Even Colston Loveland, talking to the media, he said Marlon is the fastest tight end, probably the strongest tight end, biggest tight end, so he's got it all there. He's done a great job this spring of taking that next step, actually starting real playing time, and he's just embraced it and done a damn good job in practice. Obviously, Colston Loveland, he's going to be Michigan's starting tight end, but man, he has some big praise for Marlon Klein, calling him the fastest and biggest tight end in the room. Even Grant Newsome said that to be 6'5", 250 pounds and run 10.7 in high school is not common. He's physically extremely gifted and mentally has the intelligence and desire to be an excellent tight end. The new Michigan tight ends coach Steve Kasula even compared him to Luke Schoonmaker, who did emerge later in his Michigan career, which is what Marlon Klein is on track to do as a junior this upcoming season. Schoonmaker had to wait his turn. Marlon Klein in a similar position now, so it could be the 1-2 punch of Marlon Klein and Colston Loveland as the 2 tight ends next season for Michigan. Now, Michigan also has other tight ends like Zach Marshall, Deacon Tonielli, Max Bredesen, and also freshmen Brady Prescorn and Hogan Hansen, who are both 4-stars and should have a good career here at Michigan. They're both one of the top tight ends in their class. Let me know what you guys think about that. We also got some news on some defensive players. According to Chris Ballas of the Wolverine, Jayshawn Barham has been playing outstanding at linebacker. They love his athleticism, and Ernest Halsman right behind him as well. Both of them are playing good. It should be a really good combo right there at linebacker. And obviously Michigan has, junior cornerback Will Johnson. It seems like we were in the same position last year, trying to figure out who would be beside him. But right now, we have talked about it. Jair Hill and DJ Waller Jr. are up-and-coming cornerbacks. They have been impressing recently. Michigan does also have senior cornerback Jaden McBurrows, and safety Zeke Berry and sophomore safety Brandon Hillman have been standouts thus far as well in spring ball. Now, we all know the Michigan defense is going to be stellar again this season. Makari Page has already said that they want to be better than last year's defense. They're up for the challenge. Michigan, they have new defensive coordinator Wink Martindale. It's going to be a similar scheme, but he does have his own style of defense. But obviously, he is going to adapt to the college game, and he knows what has been working here at Michigan. But so far, it seems like Michigan's defense is giving Michigan's offense some fits in spring ball with Wink Martindale's array of stunts, blitzes, and obviously, that is expected in spring ball, especially with the overturn on offense. But I tell you what, this might be the best defense, Michigan's offense goes up all season in all these practices. So, definitely should be a good thing for the Michigan offense. As we all know the saying, iron sharpens iron. So let me know what you guys think of that. Also, did want to talk about what Will Johnson said about Michigan's NIL, as it seemed to help keep Michigan's roster together. Obviously, with tampering going on and other teams offering players money to go to their school, Michigan really had to step up their NIL game. They have made a lot of progress. Will Johnson told the media that I think it was very important. We needed to keep that core group together. A lot of guys that had experience on this team last year, especially in the secondary. So yeah, I think that was the main reason we were able to do that, and I think it's going to be big for later in this offseason too, talking about Michigan's NIL. So very cool to hear that. Then I did want to end this video by talking about some recruiting news, as Michigan is set to host multiple recruits they already have, and we've talked about the running back recruiting, as that has started to take off. But one guy who is going to be taking a visit is the 2025 4-star offensive lineman Douglas Utu from Bishop Gorman High School, which is where Micah Kapana goes to school. Micah Kapana has been recruiting him and 2 other offensive linemen on his team to come here to Michigan. But Utu is set to visit Michigan. He's ranked 53rd nationally on 24/7 Sports composite rankings, so it'll be a huge visit for Sharon Moore and company, as Michigan will try to move the needle with him and the other offensive linemen on Bishop Gorman. Michigan's also set to host other offensive linemen like Michael Carroll, Jack Lang, Hardy Watts, Greg Patrick. And then last thing I did want to talk about is Jaden Blair. We talked about him before. Recently, he is the 2025 4-star safety, as he recently took a visit, and Michigan has definitely moved the needle there. They are now might be considered the team to beat in his recruitment, as they seem to be the favorite now. But right now, recruiting going well for Michigan. They're hosting tons of recruits, and I tell you what, they are pretty impressed on their visits. Seems Sharon Moore has done a great job in getting good coaches, especially on the defensive side. Had to replace his whole defensive coaching staff. We've said it before, recruiting I think should be a lot better under Sharon Moore, especially knowing that he is a young coach. And so far so good for recruiting. Michigan going after top targets, and for the most part on these visits they seem to love Michigan. So with that, that's going to wrap up today's video though. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more if you are new around here. I greatly appreciate it. But other than that, we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.